Good evening. Let's see. Just getting started. What am I working on today? Whoa. Alright, what have I got on my list? I need to pull stuff over into my list of things to do. Alright, so we need collectible customized objects. We need collectible effects and platform customized objects. Let's see how we should do this. Alright, so collectible customized objects. Another thing would be to fix the sublevel for some of these. So I think it was Grassland 01, we had a broken sublevel. Alright, let's see. We had this guy. I like how I can't even click on the damn thing. Post-process volume? What are these post-process volumes? What do they do? They're not unbound. Is this... what is all this? I mean, I saw these things that got added, but like, what the hell are they? I mean, they don't look like they do anything. Alright, let's see if there's any, Alright, so it's Grassland 01. Let's just check Perforce history on Grassland 01 to see what we've got going on, because I do not know what is going on with this level. New Vic and Barriers platform, training names and descriptions. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's see. Let's view change list. This is where we had this stuff come in. I do not know what these post-process volumes are here for. Are they part of one of these levels? Because I know this one is like the whole level. And these two, I don't know what the fuck they're doing here. They don't seem to do anything, and they're disabled too. Alright, well, I'm just going to get rid of them because I think they're test content. So it's not collectible 1 that has these things, it's wall jump 01. Alright, well, let's open up the wall jump 01 mission. So that's going to be training. Spiky. At a distance. Practice the crucial technique of scoring from a distance. Magical vampires. Right. Combine your wall jumping, a pop-up move, difficult ball control challenge. Get the bracken sack over the thing. Alright, this is number 8. Difficult challenge develops advanced maneuverings. Let's see, it's in sub-levels. SL wall jump 01. Alright, so for victory on this guy, we're supposed to collect 54 of these guys. So let's see. We have 54 collect. Okay, so one of these collectibles got fucked up because we should have 55 if this is a new one. So, looks like one of these collectibles got modified. So why don't we just revert it, and it looks like it works. Okay, good. Okay, that's better. Alright, let's also go to the training level 2, and let's take off this lost condition of time. Let's just trash that lost condition. Alright, some other things. If we go back to these sub-levels, so collect 1. We need to have some much more pronounced things. So we don't want wall jumping to be absolutely necessary for this map, so we want like a small platform there. And this platform here needs to be much larger. And this platform here needs to be much larger. Let's also turn off those trigger volumes on those platforms. It's just a little bit too confusing. For level 2, it's too fucking hard. Uh-oh, I made him on the wrong level. That one's just a little too high up here. Alright, very good. Alright, another level that I should look at is I'm going to go to the forest level. And one of the collectibles is a real pain in the ass to pick up. So I'm going to change it. Yeah, I think it's this guy. Alright, very good. What the hell is that over there? That little guy. Blocking volume door bottom. I mean, it looks like it should be somewhere, but it's not. You're like, what is that? What is that? What even... Does this mean that we have a blocking volume here that used to be useful, but now got screwed up? Enemy body. It's supposed to prevent the ball from like going up the chute, maybe? See if I can actually smack the ball up the chute. And it looks like it's just useless. Well, let's get rid of it then. Alright, cool. So that's good to go. So what else we got? So I need to have collectibles to actually switch to the UI level, just so it prompts me to save everything. Alright, let's also go to solo 3, 1. Alright, so this one has got right bots, players can hit their team, they never attack. There's a none here, so we can just delete that. Win conditions, 10 goals, 2 goals. I think it was what? Did we already change this to 4 right bots as opposed to 3? Missions, solo 3. 518 fixes for stats, multiple balls, thumbnail. Let me see. Karakan did something for this guy. Let's see. I run it through. Last time it was more or less stable. I changed the score of the goals for the bots in mine to 5. That gives you just enough air to get your 10 scores in. Alright, so it was the victory condition for the left scores being 5. So let's change that. And solo 3, the mob 2, which was victory conditions 3 goals, right score of 3. Not sure what that one's about, but whatever. Right, and then this guy, left scores of 5. Alright, so we've got those guys, I think, fixed. Are there any other ones? I don't think so. That was the big one. Just checking a few things. So what else did I have written down? Add more warnings for mission issues. Alright, so why don't we add some warnings for these missions? Or I could go ahead and make the collectible stuff. So we have like a bracket sack ball here and everything. put these in the right place. Okay, so basically what's going on is this Brackensack ball here is fine and all, but what we actually want is we don't want to attach these components directly. We want like this to be BP collectible base. Shit, I gave it a capital A. That's a problem. Alright, so switch this around. This is going to take a whole bunch of checking out, isn't it? Alright, so if we make a new blueprint class, and let's make this off of collectible base. Let's do BP collectible water lolly. So what this needs to have is we've got this inherited Brackensack, which is what we should have. But what he's got here is he's got this water lolly geo here, so all I need to do for this guy is, well, we want to go to the base and we want to just remove this guy. So are there any references to you if I just delete you? So yeah, we do have this. So let's find all references. The only place we have it here is this. So what is this, a static mesh component? All right, so we want to get components by class. And we're going to do a for each on that. I guess it's primitive component. It's taking a while to compile. What's that all about? Alright, I did not know what was going on with that. Okay, so we can delete this Brackensack ball from here. But first I'm going to make a new blueprint here. And we'll have a collectible ball here that comes off of this guy. So does this guy have any scales? Yeah, his scale is 30. So let's just remember that. His scale is 30. So this guy is just a static mesh component. So we can delete you from the base. It'll replace it with a default scene root. Why is this taking forever to compile? Okay, so what we need to do is add a new component here, which is going to be static mesh component. This is the water lily. And this should be the water lily teal. And I don't see anything else for it. Crap, I didn't even look at the collectible base to see what I had as the thing. Alright, let's... No revisions found. Yep. Great. Guess I'm just gonna have to revert until I see it. Alright, so that is... I'll just take a screenshot. This is why it's sometimes nice to work in code as opposed to all these blueprints, because you're like, what the hell was that object? And of course we can't redo our work because it gets all fucked up. Let's just make the collectible ball first. I just want to make a static mesh. Why is it set it to water lily? I don't want that. Something seems wrong. Anyway, so this guy needs to be an enemy attack, and then we change it to custom, change it to query only, and you should have environment. Environment hit needs to be false. Player hit, player projectile hit needs to be true. Alright. Alright, so let's go to the grasslands level. So yeah, we have all these. Did it just delete all the fucking collectibles? And they're just gone? Really? Yeah, it did. What in the fuck? So was it because I renamed something? Or the redirector that got fixed up for this thing is fucked and it just deleted all the actors? That makes no sense. Alright, so the collectibles are still here after reloading the editor. But they're all collectible bases, so the question is, can we replace them with something else? I mean, I could go through all the collectibles. Every one of these has a scale of 30 is what it looks like. So if I drag this ball in here, yeah, it's really, really tiny. So what I want to do is collectible ball. It shouldn't be called geo waterline. It should just be called static mesh for that guy. And then this guy needs to be 30. So I need to go through all 40 of these guys and replace them with the corrected asset. That's what it looks like. Let me see if I look up online. Replace actor with another actor. Unreal. Replacing a current actor at runtime. How do I swap one actor for another? Get the location of the first blueprint, destroy it, spawn the other blueprint of the location. This isn't for character blueprint. I don't know why you mentioned possession. Alright. Swapping actors. Selecting all the actors of certain types, selecting new version of the asset in the content browser, right-clicking, and saying replace selected actors with. It's not an automated solution, but much less manual. Okay, so if I select this BP collectible, and then I go to here and say asset actions, replace, bulk edit, select actors, right-clicking on any asset in the other, selecting replace selected assets with. This was selecting all the actors, selecting a new version of the asset in the content, right-click on any selected one in the editor. Oh, there it is. Alright, so replace selected actors with collectible ball or whatever. Alright, so if we go to these guys and I select all of them and I right-click on them in the world, replace actors with collectible balls. Alright. And then we set all their scales to 1. And then we have all of our balls back to where they're supposed to be using the new asset. Excellent, that is exactly what I wanted to see. Oh, that's great. Okay, so it is possible to do it. Alright, so let's go and fix up the other levels so they've got the correct collectible. Replace selected actors with collectible ball. And whoops. I only want the collectible assets. And then we'll set them all to a size of 1. Alright. This has got, for the collectible itself, show it starred, collectible set number 3, with number wait for 1, other set to watch 2. Okay, it looks like it carried over all the properties, which is awesome. Okay, so we need all of these guys. Again, we'll replace. And that's going to make some pretty big fat sacks. So what sort of scale did I have here for these bigger dudes? Looks like it's just 90. Alright. So it's 3 times as big. Let's make those guys a little bit bigger, and we'll make these guys quite a bit bigger. Alright, that looks correct. Okay, so that's all the collection missions, I believe. There were only 3 of them? So if I grab that water lolly and I add that to one of these guys, let's see, I should make just a new sublevel here. Let's create a new one. Let's call SL test 01. So let's just make this guy nothing. So if we make this one current, and we go to our balls, our collectibles that is, we just drag this guy in here, we see a thing. All right. Let's go to our test level. So I should actually delete that. I shouldn't be putting anything in here. Cell test 01, we should get rid of you. Moving levels copy unknown done. Any change to these levels will be lost. Yeah, SL test, we want you gone. Let's not feed the beast. Alright, so let's go to our levels. Let's make a new collectible object here, the water lolly. Let's make it large, like a 3. See what it looks like. So it looks like that. And we can stand on it and all that crap that we're not supposed to be able to do. So the problem with that water lolly is that it has the wrong collision. It's got a block all dynamic on it. So we go to our collision properties. I can just go. I can't copy a collision preset? I can't copy this? Why not? I can't copy all of them. Alright. So this was what? Enemy attack. So we just go to enemy attack to set everything. Then we go to custom, query only, and we uncheck the environment hitbox. See what 3 of these guys lined up looks like. The ball can run into it? Or is the ball running into a magical platform? Yeah, it's running into the platform. Alright, so that is how we make new collectibles. So let's see what else we got. Create collectible FX. Yeah, so let's make some placeholder effects for those collectibles. Rack and sack. Let's make gameplay. Score goal. Alright, so let's add a new one. This will be collectibles. So what collectible effect are we using right now? If we go to this guy, we're using FX ball reset. So what we should do is go to our FX ball reset and copy this guy over here. So this will be FX water lolly collect, and we'll have another one FX water FX ball collect. And I'm going to field of view. FX ball collect. So if we go to our base collectibles, we'll be able to set our effect over here. Effect of fire, Dashkin effect. This should be FX ball collect. So we'll get that guy fixed up, and then what we want to do for this guy is we want to change this to FX water lolly collect. And we're going to need a little bit more for that, aren't we? We're going to need to scale that effect. Yeah, I don't know. Effect of fire class. I guess if we return it, we can do set actor scale. And we can just we can take our own scale. So get this, we can then multiply it by another variable, which will be this effect of fire. We can can't duplicate it because reasons. Let's add a, this will be effect scale. This will be a 1. And this is going to be editable, and the scale to apply to the effect. Bam. Okay, so we'll get our actor scale 3D, and then we'll multiply our effect scale by that. How do you make something that can be overridden? Overriding a function in blueprints. The issue here is that functions which have no outputs are actually considered events. You can't find their overrides in the normal event graph. Add and make a call their parent favorite. What a bunch of crap. Alright, so let's see if we can make a new function if we override on collected. Oh, there we go. So it's just an event that gets thrown off. Alright, what is this? Maybe it's that it's pure or whatever? Uncollected. Alright, so if we compile this guy and save him, does that change how these guys work? Overriding uncollected is still an event. Let me just double check that. It's not working with our debugging, but it is actually firing in our blueprint, so that's kind of frustrating. I've seen more of that recently where, you know, we'll boot something up and it won't actually play. It won't allow breakpoints to be hit. Okay, so we have multiple collectibles, and we've got a scale, which will also be available to use. So, like, if I play this, what in the fuck was that thing doing? Okay, yeah, so this guy, I accidentally changed the static mesh's location. Alright, so why don't we try to make that better? Is there a way to lock the location? Editable when inherited. Is there like... Locking position and rotation through blueprints. So let's see if this guy's got it. I'm attempting to lock. Yeah, no responses. Is there a way to lock the axis? Relative world. Mobility. Movable, yeah. Maybe there's not much we can actually do about that. Just make sure not to edit the thing. So water lollies have a scale of 3, and the ball has a scale of 1, actually. So all these balls need an effect scale that's a bit larger, actually. So if we go to this guy, we go to its blueprint parent effect scale, it's 2. See what that looks like.